So Byron, tell me, how long has Teknologize been in business?
Teknologize was established in 2011, in the fall 2011. So we're coming up on our sixth anniversary.
Good, good. So you have an IT background. What made you want to start your own company? What really was driving you to do your own thing?
I really like the aspect of being able to create something, build something from nothing. And I was passionate about that, and I was passionate about technology. And it was something that I was comfortable with and familiar with. I've been in the industry for a long time and felt like there was a real need in our area. So that's kind of led me to that point. I think everything in my life up to that point brought me to that, that decision.
So when you were at the other companies that you had worked at, and you kind of saw how, the culture was there with the way that, the bosses interacted with the employees, etc. What did you see that you wanted to do different, and how do you do that differently here at Teknologize?
What I really, I guess a big part for me is communication is always a difficult thing, right? And I felt that oftentimes there's a lot going on that isn't really well communicated. And so for me, a big part of what I wanted to do is not only build a kind of a culture of openness, being able to communicate, but also a one of just of a more down-to-earth, casual. Hey, we're doing this together. It's for me, one of my biggest things I like to say is that we work to live, we don't live to work. And to me, we want to do the best we can, and we spend a lot of time with each other. Let's make the best of it, and let's be successful, but at the same time realize work isn't necessarily the number one priority in life. We got other things that are important: family, friends, God, and such. And so I think to me, I just wanted to make sure that those core sets of values were a part of how I built and started this company.
Yeah, and when you really live that in a company, you're not only do your employees, reap the benefit of a healthy work environment, but your customers. Have you seen your customer retention and not only your customer retention, but the way that your employees interact and work, the quality of that work? Do you see that? Do you see that with that type of a culture here at Teknologize? Because you have the vitamin K, right? You have your core values, and you guys live that. Here at the company, do you see that reflected in your employees' work?
Absolutely. I feel like there's some greater commitment, some greater investment, not just from a time and clocking in and clocking out, but emotionally, and the team's desire to really have the company be successful. And I think it's reflected in the care of our clients, because as one of my biggest current business heroes is Marcus Lemonis. I love watching his show, The Profit, and I saw him in person a couple years ago, and I really felt inspired by him. And his one of the things he says is that a lot of people say customers number one. For him, no, it's not. It's your team, it's your staff, it's your employees. They're number one. And if you treat them well, treat them right, then that trickles down to the customers, the clients as well. Your employees will be happy, and therefore they will, present that in their demeanor, their interaction with the clients, and therefore the clients get treated well and are happy. And I think that those relationships have developed in a really positive way, where our clients are not just our clients anymore. They're our friends. we interact with them quite a bit, and you know, there's a lot of I guess invested relationship there, and well, you know, I don't know. I mean, there's times where we're not perfect, you know, and we screw up, but I love having the relationship there where, hey, we can have those frank, candid conversations with them, and just say, or they can have them with us,
Right.
depending on how, you know, how it needs to happen, and just say, hey, this is the way it is, and that, again, it's kind of that bleed over effect, that open, candid communication internally, as well as with our clients. And I mean, overall, I mean, I don't know that there's one particular silver bullet, one particular thing that's really alone benefited, but I think as a big picture, you know, our employees, we don't have really any turnover with our employees. Our clients, we don't have a lot of turnover with our clients. You know, there's just not a lot of change there. Once, you know, people are with Teknologize, they tend to stay. And once a client engages in business with Teknologize, they tend to stay. And you know, I think I'm rambling a little bit now, but that's kind of.
No, well, that's.
I don't know if I even answered your question.
Yeah, I don't even know if the question was really that clear, but anyway, you know, that really says a lot. You know, when you don't have a lot of employee churn and you don't have a lot of client churn, and that says a lot about a company culture. And I just appreciate your time today, and it was good talking to you, man. Thanks for answering those questions.
Yeah, anytime.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.